Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold! Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 up front for 3 months plus taxes and fees. Promo rate for new customers for limited time. Unlimited more than 40 gigabytes per month. Slows full terms at mintmobile.com.
The land down under has never been easier to reach. United Airlines has more flights between the U.S. and Australia than any other U.S. airline, so you can fly nonstop to destinations like Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Explore dazzling cities, savor the very best of Aussie cuisine, and get up close and personal with the wildlife. Who doesn't want to hold a koala? Go to united.com/Australia to book your adventure.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. 5 Big Reasons to Retire Often, Part 1, by Jillian Johnsrud of JillianJohnsrud.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. I have a bit of a longer post today, so I'm going to split the article up, reading the first part today and finishing the rest tomorrow. So with that, let's get right into Part 1 as we optimize your life. 5 Big Reasons to Retire Often, Part 1, by Jillian Johnsrud of JillianJohnsrud.com. My family and I are a month into an 8-month-long road trip. While logging a lot of steps, a lot of drive time, and watching my kids play in the ocean, I've been thinking all about the amazing benefits of taking a mini retirement. Here are 5 of the big reasons I've taken 10 plus mini retirements and the most common reasons my clients take time away from the 9 to 5. Number 1, get caught up. So many of us feel that we're behind, especially on everything that isn't urgent but is important. Between work, family, and commitments, some things sit on the to-do list indefinitely. All these things act like open tabs on your phone or computer. Each one left open isn't a big deal in itself, but when there are 100 open tabs, it creates a mental burden that we carry through our days. When Adam and I decided to take a year off 7 years ago, we had a list of 100 things to get caught up on. The years before were busy. We had adopted 3 kids, bought and renovated 3 homes, and worked full-time. It was an intense season of our life. There were decluttering projects, a kitchen renovation in one of our rentals, finishing our master bath, and visiting family. Maybe you've missed holidays and birthdays. Maybe you missed vacations. Maybe there are 20 plus books you've bought over the last few years and just haven't had time to read. Maybe you didn't make it to your friend's wedding, and now they have a 3-year-old you still haven't even met. Maybe you just want to finally clear the pile of mail off the counter and drop off the donation bags in the trunk of your car. But there simply isn't enough PTO, vacation time, or weekends to fit it all in. Taking a month or 6 months off allows you to get caught up on all those things that are important but never seem to make it to the top of the to-do list. You can call your aunts and chat for an hour. You can see your niece's sports game. You can say yes to your friend's birthday trip. And slowly but surely, you will close the tabs and feel like you have a whole lot more bandwidth to think clearly. Number 2, do something new. When life is full, and it's always full, there is rarely room for something new and big. Those things will take a lot of mental and emotional energy to get going, plus the time commitment. Taking a break from your 9 to 5 can give you that time, energy, and mental space to try something new. When we took a year off 7 years ago, we were also ready to take a big adventure as a family. We bought a pop-up camper and set off with our 5 kids on a 6-week adventure. This served 2 functions. We were able to visit both sides of our family and do something new with our recently expanded family. That trip served as the first test run of taking long trips with our kids. After that, we took a 10-week road trip to 10 national parks. Then we upgraded our pop-up camper to a 26-foot hard-sided camper. Last year, we did 3 months traveling over the winter. People ask if we're nervous about traveling with our kids for 8 months in a camper and homeschooling. Kind of. There are always unknowns, and every trip has unique challenges. But we've tested and scaled this trip many times to get here. A few years before that, Adam took 6 months off of work. During that time, we started buying and renovating homes. We had no experience with renovations. We had never even owned a home before. I won't say it would have been impossible, but we probably wouldn't have bought 2 homes the first year if we were both working full-time. His taking that time off made it possible for us to start this whole new element of our lives. Now our rentals make up about 1/3 of our income. If you give yourself a month or a year, you could take on a whole new adventure, hobby, or project. Things that are just too hard to fit into life after work between dinner and bedtime. Number 3, family and friends. The year before Adam left his 9-to-5 was one of the hardest for me as a parent. We were about to adopt the 3 half-siblings that had been placed with us, and they had so many appointments with so many people. Every week, there were 10+ appointments put on my calendar by the professionals in their lives. Plus, the uncertainty of it all, not knowing if they would be placed with a family or be adopted by us. And I found out I was pregnant. In a 2-year span, we would go from 1 kid at home to 5 kids under 7 years old. I was tired and stressed and generally felt like I was about to drown. This wasn't the mom I wanted to give my kids. I wanted them to see me at my best, rested, joyful, and fun. Instead, I felt like they mostly saw me at my worst, running on cortisol and caffeine, but barely awake. Every time my friends invited me to do something, I said no, to everyone. I promised that if they kept asking, one day I could say yes, just not today. We were in survival mode. When we found out we were pregnant, I called a timeout. There was no way I could add an infant to this equation. We were on the financial independence plan, but originally planned for Adam to work a few more years. Now it was time for a new plan. The new plan was a year off. Sometimes we can't give people our best. Sometimes we just can't give them enough. And if you wait until the typical retirement age, you might miss your chance entirely. Your kids might be grown, your parents in poorer health, or the season just passed you by. Enter mini retirement. Taking some time away from the 9-to-5 gives you a chance to focus on the people in your life that matter most to you. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled 5 Big Reasons to Retire Often by Jillian Johnsrud of JillianJohnsrud.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. I like to think that life offers a buffet of potential experiences. And at different times in our lives, we're invited to eat from different areas of the buffet. The experience of putting down work as we know it for longer than a weekend or typical vacation can be life-changing. If you can set yourself up financially to take a sabbatical or an extended period away from W-2 work, I highly recommend it. I experienced this when I walked the Camino, which is a 500-mile trek across northern Spain. I took 2 months off of work, and not only that, I made myself completely inaccessible during this time. Walking the Camino was my first real experience of truly not working, and it was extremely eye-opening. Stepping away from work helped me see how much my self-worth was tied to professional achievements. Putting down traditional work created space to decompress, space to reflect, and space to learn. Our culture tends to put work up on a pedestal and insinuates that if you're not hustling to achieve something professionally, you must be lazy. But giving yourself some space from work to experience something else just might lead to more fulfillment from work when you get back to it. But that's just the first half of this post. So be sure to come back tomorrow where we'll finish up this post and where your optimal life awaits.